Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the link to my Buy Me a Coffee services and donations page, to my Instagram and TikTok channel are all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Libra, I hope that you're doing well. Today's readings are all about the dream messages from your spirit guides. Dream messages from your spirit guides, and I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The first, the Oracle of the Universe. The second, the Human Spirit Oracle. And the third, the Tarot of the Divine, which is not a deck that I use very often, if at all, on my channel. So it's a really beautiful deck. I don't know why I don't use it more often, but come out for your reading today, Libra. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, you got number 7 of the major arcana, relating to the major arcana, Cancer energy, the Chariot card, and your card here is all aboard. All aboard. We've seen this card before on the channel. It's really striking, isn't it? For some reason though, today I see this energy here, like this negative space. Actually, I'm highlighting this, which like from a distance kind of reminds me of like if you're driving on a road, you see a row of trees. I'm getting a very specific message. It's reminding me of the show X-Files. Have you ever watched that show, X-Files? A classic from the 90s with Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny, of course. And it's all about the paranormal, and now realizing that not everything, of course, but just some of my life is kind of art imitates life. I'll just put it that way. So for some reason, I'm thinking of that show because their location shots, I think they filmed in Vancouver for the majority of the time. So you could be from, somebody is from Vancouver, from Canada, or the West Coast, but they would have these kind of location shots all around the world or all around the country, but they'd always be driving through these mysterious woods, and it was kind of setting the scene for something very secretive and, yeah, just mysterious. So I think there's something about that with your reading. Maybe the mystery that you're uncovering right now through your dreams could be your psychic abilities, could be your psychic gifts, your clair gifts, clairaudience, you know, hearing from spirit. So if you're hearing messages, or you're hearing your ears ring, or music in your head, it's all clairaudience. So I'm not going to go through all the clairs, but like clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, things like that. So there's something to it, that there's something here where you're kind of unlocking that part of your pineal gland, your psychic center, something in your heart chakra and gut space, your solar plexus, where your intuition, your mind, your heart are all starting to really coalesce. They're really all working in tandem. It's when all of those work in tandem that the real magic in your life starts, because it's basically like you're on the same page with yourself. I just want to make a note that this is the time of day, you know, near my apartment, there's like birds that live in the tree right under my window, and this is kind of the time of the afternoon where they congregate. But I don't usually see them because I'm on an upper floor, and a bird, a sparrow, just flew right in front of my window. So I wanted to, I'm sure it's because of your energy, your reading, because I don't do that all the time, so it felt like worth mentioning. So this all aboard energy, it's kind of like, maybe there was some resistance, actually. Because the X-Files, what's the X-Files all about? It's kind of like Mulder and Scully on these adventures of the paranormal, trying to unlock all the secrets, and there's always these government conspiracies and Mulder's own conspiracies, and lots of doubters and detractors. Scully, his partner, was a detractor. There were so many things that she had. It was basically her job to poke holes in all of the paranormal stuff, or all of the supernatural stuff, the extraterrestrial stuff. She had to find the scientific explanation for it, and a lot of the times she couldn't. And so there could be something like that with you right now, Libra, especially given that you're an air sign, really rooted in the rational, what makes sense, what's strategic, what is facts-based, what is rational. And sometimes just this deep knowing within you, it has no outwardly basis. Like, I can't prove to you that my ears ring on occasion, that my spirit guides give me messages. You just have to, I mean, I would hope at this point, if you're watching my channel, that you'd believe me, but it's like, I just have to give you my word and we go off of that. Whether or not you believe that the messages come from spirit, or it's just some lady like giving you a message, if it comes with, you know, positivity and forward thinking and authenticity, it's just like somebody else in your life channeling a message to you, right? But there's something to this where now you're all aboard. Now you are invested because you're experiencing it firsthand. Maybe it wasn't enough that other people would talk about their experiences, but you are experiencing it firsthand. You are recognizing these strange, wonderful, perhaps even miraculous happenings in your life. And those messages could be filtering through your dream state. So let's get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. This is not past, present, future. This is just a general message of what your guides are trying to tell you through your dreams. Okay, so I got 2 extra cards here from the Oracle of the Universe deck. Take these for the overall energy. I'm just going to pull the tarot. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Yeah, okay. I was wondering where that one was going. Okay, Libra. The 2 extra cards that came out, one of them is number 19, which corresponds to the sun energy of the major arcana. Beautiful. Sun is illumination and abundance. And then number 35, which reduces to an 8, the strength card, Leo energy of the major arcana. The number 8 is the card of the number of the self, of the ego, of identity. So the first one, 19, it's the Centaurus constellation, and the word is healing. Like centaurs, right? They're half, I suppose, half horse, half human. So mythological, and the card healing. So there could be, you could be spending a lot of time in the sun, or trying to get some sunlight, or just light in general. The idea of being around light workers, light bodies, light sources. I'm also, like, spirit's drawing my attention to the candles on my desk that are burning. You could be working with the light. You could be scrying in candlelight. Scrying meaning looking into the candles and kind of meditating, trying to kind of formulate thoughts, messages through candlelight. And then the number 35, it's the Butterfly Nebula Twin Jet, and the word is change. So you could be a twin, you could be a twin flame. It's just an aside. But, or you could kind of be of two minds about something, about this change. This, you know, I'm really focused on this of you bringing out your gifts, because maybe you realize that you are a healer, or that your gifts allow you to heal others. There's hesitancy because it's like a responsibility. When you feel connected to spirit, it's like you feel, I mean, we're all connected to spirit. We are spirit. But when you become very cognizant of that, and then you're given these gifts, or you're given the awareness, maybe you've had the gifts your whole life, but it's the moment that the switch flips on, you're given the awareness of it, then it becomes a responsibility in some way, even though you've been doing it. You've been having it. You've had it. But feels like change. Feels like this is new. This is a new feeling. Could also be dealing with a Gemini. Or you could have Gemini placements in your chart. In a Venus placement. That's very specific. I don't know. In a Venus placement. Excuse me. The first card of your base spread, number 13, the Andromeda Galaxy. It says constellation plus galaxy. The word is sacrifice. These cards aren't these these cards are so stunning. She's going to this like cosmic ball. It's like black tie affair. She's all dressed up. You could be going to some kind of party or some kind of end of year party with your job. You're going to make quite an impression, as Libra always does. Libra shows up dressed in the nines, per usual. The word here is sacrifice. It's clarified by the Knight of Swords. I just saw this very specific scenario of you, because the knights always bring messages, and this one is a particularly fast knight. I just saw a scenario of you, Libra, channeling a message, and maybe you didn't realize it in the moment, to a friend, to a close colleague, to somebody you're close to, that might have been a truthful but direct, maybe hard message to deliver. You could have had to jump through hurdles to get there, to deliver that message, because I see this here. Kind of feels like hurdles. Also feels like those caution triangles that you put on the street if like your car breaks down. And that by telling that other party, that person, the message, you may have pissed them off, lost their friendship, lost the connection. Feel that as something you felt like you had to say, you had to do, and in that sense made a sacrifice. I've been there, you know, like I've been there actually. Not with I've been there with several Libras, but not in this kind of thing. It's actually an Aquarius. But you tell somebody a harsh truth about something that you're witnessing in their life, and because you can't stand by on the sidelines and watch somebody kind of careen into nothingness. But once you've said it, and if they reject it and they reject you, you know, you step away. You step away because that's all you can do at that point. You've spoken your truth. You've said it with love, with respect to that other person, I should hope. And if they reject you, so be it. This is all assuming that you're acting with another person's best interest, right? Can I get a clarifier on that, Spirit? Let me get a clarifier. About the sacrifice, the message, the Lovers in reverse. This could have been, as I said, as I went to put the deck down, it like slid everywhere. Kind of like a jump startle. Because I see a cat, you know, when a cat gets really scared, it just, the reflexes of a cat, they like jump 10 feet in the air. That's what the deck felt like when I put it down. So this could have blindsided someone, this message that you gave them. The Lovers. Didn't I harp on Gemini earlier? Didn't I say Gemini? Gemini is the Lovers card. Is the representation in the tarot. The Lovers, number 6 of the Major Arcana. It talks about divine partnership against all odds. Two souls coming together. And it can also represent choices, choice points. This card is in reverse, which tells me you had no choice. You didn't have a choice. You had to say what you had to say. And it could have been with a loved one, a significant other. Just take it as it resonates, whatever your situation is, but you had no choice. You had to deliver the message, and it thus made a sacrifice. Number 13 corresponds to the Death card of the Major Arcana. So Death is Scorpio energy. It talks about endings bringing new beginnings. So if this was a breakup, it had to be done. Maybe somewhere along the way, Spirit was telling you it was not the best match. You know, flip the energies. Maybe you were on the receiving side of this. You could have been on the receiving side of this. But something in your spidey senses said, let them go. They want to break up with me? Fine. Let them go. The next card out, number 11, that's your energy. The Justice card, Libra, the Major Arcana. Karmic justice, karmic balance. This sense that we look at our values, these marks of integrity, what we care about, what we uphold, our standards. It is the Aquarius card, awe and ecstasy. Awe and ecstasy. It's really weird. I know this kind of sounds weird, but like there's like this line, it's just a part of the image, but kind of from far away, I see this in like the shape of a person. There's the head, here the arms and shoulders, right? And the like outline of the body. It's almost like there's a person standing over this other person, or like an angel, kind of blessing, protecting, like a spirit guide. That's not what it was meant to depict, but this is, I can't not see it. That's what I see in the card. And all of this trickle down, what might look like rain or sparks or something, kind of this blessing, like when you baptize somebody. That could have happened to you recently. Maybe you got baptized. Maybe you know, but it's this awe, ecstasy. I think it has to do with this connection to spirit, this thing that you were really stepping onto the train and riding it down the track. Like, where are we going? What is it leading to? It's clarified by the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So Ten of Cups is blissfulness, happiness, abundance, love, joy. It is in a reverse though, so it kind of suggests to me that feels like it's within your sights, but it's still kind of slipping through your fingers. It's like you're at the Nine of Cups. So it's not to say that you're not blessed or content or, you know, satisfied, but knowing that there could be more and knowing that perhaps the path is with spirit. You know, and if you don't feel comfortable saying spirit or whatever, then it's just like a closeness with your own selfhood. Like not deferring to what other people think and feel and want. What do we want? What do we feel? What are our own individual thoughts? Have you ever noticed anybody who just kind of goes with the flow, but like goes with what everybody else thinks? So if somebody says a joke and 5 people laugh, they're going to be the 6th person to laugh, even if they don't think it's funny. There are people like that, and I can see it. Like, I can see when somebody is not being their authentic self. I can feel it, like it's a visceral feeling to me. So whenever I see somebody doing it, if I'm close enough with them, right, I'll be this person and I'll say, you know, hey, what's your bag? What are you all about? What do you love in life? What are your preferences? What are your joys? What motivates you, right? Sometimes people have never been asked that question. Like they've never thought about it because no one's ever asked them. So there's something to that. There's something to that. Maybe you're like kind of really discovering what your preferences are. And there's a stronger word than I want to use than preference. Desire. What are your deepest desires? Get a clarifier. 9 of Coins in the reverse. So 9 of Coins, this is interesting because 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. And basically what that means is it's like somebody, in the upright, this card is somebody who is very attractive, abundant, very situated. Like they have their finances in order and they've built maybe a business for themselves. Very individual, entrepreneurial, self-sufficient person. But in the reverse, it's kind of like maybe needing to rely on others a little too much. And so that kind of clarifies for me what I was talking about before, where now you're starting to try and come into your own, because before you might not have been as independently minded as you would have liked. And maybe you didn't even realize. Maybe it was important for you to fit in at all costs. Sometimes fitting in is a survival tactic. Like from when we're very little, to be on the outskirts, the outlier. Because now I'm seeing that Malcolm Gladwell book called The Outliers. The thing is, when you get older, you realize that being an outlier, depending on who you are and how you use that position, it can work out very well for you. You can look at all the massive billionaires. A lot of them are outliers. They march to the beat of their own drum, and they don't let people get in their way. Whether or not you agree with their politics or what they do with their money, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the fact that they're outliers. They're on the fringes. So it's this sense that when we dim our light to fit in, sometimes we do it because it's a survival technique. And so now in this place of older, wiser, you have the ability to search deep within yourself, to ask yourself those questions. What is it that I think and feel? What is it that I want? The last two cards out here are very interesting, though. Number 20 corresponds to the Judgment card, kind of what we've been talking about, making the judgment call, following your life's blueprint, like stepping onto your path fully, kind of resurrecting things from the past. It's the Cetus constellation, but the word is fear. Fear. And it's clarified by the 5 of coins, or the 5 of pentacles. The outlier energy, but not when it behooves us. It doesn't benefit us. We're out in the cold. We're isolated. Or at least that's the fear. So if we're kind of keeping on theme, what we talked about at the beginning of the reading of your spiritual gifts coming online, this awakening process that you're going through, realizing that something is changing within you, that you have these amazing abilities, it could be causing you to hesitate, to wonder, will I be left out in the cold if people find out? Will people judge me? Will people treat me unfairly? There's always that possibility. And I can't tell you what to do, but all I can tell you is the energy kind of says at the end of the day, you're all aboard. Let's get a clarifier. Three of Wands in the reverse. There's the Three of Wands in the upright. Three of Wands talks about waiting for the perfect moment when there never is a perfect moment. In this depiction, she almost looks like she's trying to, I don't know, break into the castle. I'm not really sure what mythological or cultural story this is referring to, because this deck, it's all about kind of stories from all over the world. So this must be a story of some kind where she's trying to break free or break into. But the Three of Wands is waiting, waiting, waiting. This is, I can't wait anymore. It's almost like Spirit is, they're like really boom, boom, boom on your door, you know? On the door of your psychic mind. Like you can't ignore it anymore. And I don't think that you want to, ultimately. This is some advice from Spirit. Two of Swords in the reverse, Five of Swords, Knight of Coins. Two of Swords in the reverse, Five of Swords, Knight of Coins. So this is advice from Spirit. Don't get trapped in your thoughts too much, though it could be difficult for a Libra. So you are an air sign and you're all about the thoughts. Because if you do that, then the Five of Swords can pop up, and the fives are always very difficult energies. The fives are all about competition and conflict. Right? Winning at all costs, that's the Five of Swords. Winning at all costs. There's always going to be some kind of loser. Or at least that's the perception. Right? So in due course, there will be a message coming towards you from an earthly source. So I don't know, maybe it's me. I'm not going to take that much credit for it, but like a person, not a spiritual being directly to you, but a person in your life that may provide some kind of knowledge or opportunity. So this could be somebody that says, hey, I'm going to this really cool meditation retreat, and I was wondering if you'd come with me. It's only a day, it's $50, and they're going to serve lunch, and we're just going to meditate for a few hours and then kind of discuss, you know, our personal growth, or like whatever, right? For some people that would sound horrible. For me, I would love something like that, if somebody invited me to something like that. So that's just an example of like a real life person coming towards you with an opportunity to expand your insight into wherever this train is going. And Spirit is saying, it's not, right? Because now you have 2 5s here. It's not about trying to compare ourselves with others. Why should we do that? What other people are doing, that's their business. What are you doing? Right? Because this seems incredible. And if you have indeed abilities to heal others, you should really look and see if that's like a calling in your life. Because you could do so much good with that. Now, it's not to say you're not already doing good. I mean, I have a day job that, you know, it's not like I'm very proud of my day job, but like I don't work in a hospital or anything like that. But every single day, if I have one crucial conversation with somebody that gives them a sense of hope or instills confidence in them, reinforces their value to them, then I've done some healing. You can do healing in any space of life that you find yourself in. But to be able to do that, you will have had to heal some places in yourself, and you have to be aware of it. It's like a muscle. And I think this is something you're exploring at this time. So, or you could be healing others by healing yourself. So simply by following whatever your true path is. Like I have a very clear vision of somebody who paints, but you always just did it as a hobby. And what if you took it on a little bit more, and you started to paint a little bit more, and then you started to hang up your paintings in like the local coffee shop or show it to some people. And then people feel really inspired, feel really healed by your artwork. So it's not, you're not even necessarily directly doing something to them, but you're outputting something from your own creativity that could speak to the world. Something like that. So it feels there's this little tinge of fear at the end here. I would say, Libra, just look at it and then let it go. And keep driving forward. That's the ticket. So that's your reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Libra.